Hi there, Zam here for NerdTube and No Budget Productions. This is my spoiler review of Star Trek Lower Deck Season 2, Episode 2. So this episode is split into two stories. The first story is regarding somebody called the Collector. Now, he has died and he's got his floating museum in space with all his items on there having to be up for auction. Another collector is watching the Lower Decks crew having to move all of this stuff, but this collector is shady. And shady in the sense that he steals something from this ship and he activates a security system. Now this security system turns a new guy who's a Tamarian, the Tamarians who talk like this and all that bollocks, yeah, he turns him into a fucking puppet. And so the rest of the Lower Decks crew of Rutherford, Tendi, Mariner and this new guy have to escape. And also the collector who's with them as well, he ends up dying whilst trying to escape because they find out that he was the one who stole the item on that ship in the first place. I'm glad he died because he was a fucking asshole. Now both Mariner and the new guy are basically trying to be in charge and what's the best course of action. But once they turn to Tendi and Rutherford for ideas, they come up with a more simpler, easier way of escaping this ship. And it makes you realise that sometimes you've got to listen to other people and follow their lead regarding, coming up with ideas in sticky situations, because if they did listen to them they would have got off the ship a lot earlier. And that was basically it, as well as Freeman basically talking about micromanagement because she's being evaluated and we see her on the Cerritos, not trying to micromanage the situation happening on the collector's ship, but after realizing that they've escaped from a dangerous situation, she says she's always going to fucking micromanage forever and ever. The second story is regarding Boimler and his adventures on the Titan. So he's an explorer. The Titan guys are pretty much shoot first and ask questions later. But don't get me wrong, they're not that bad, but they like to have fights in space and stuff like that, and that's what we see the Titan doing. So they end up having to rescue some people on a mining colony, and when they escape from there, Boimler gets left behind. He transports other people out, but he gets left behind, and when he finally transports himself out, there's another version of him as well. We had that Thomas Riker, William Riker moment. So there's two Boimlers. One of them stays on the Titan, one of them ends up going back to the Cerritos. So that in a way is how we kind of reset and get Boimler back on the Cerritos. And also he gets a demotion, so to speak, and just ends up being an ensign. Very funny. It'll be interesting in the future to see two Boimlers, one on the Titan and one on the Cerritos, with different personalities. But this is my Lower Decks review. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe to NerdTube. We are the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Bye bye.